starting in the restart zone. Are you ready to turn these modified racing series drivers loose for the SPM 100? All right, you guys over there, turn 4 in the adult beverage section. I can't hear you. That's unheard of for an adult beverage section. I know you guys are having a good time out there. You guys are an awesome crowd. You're about treated to going to be an amazing race, 100 laps for these drivers. So in collaboration with Fubar Studios, we have a very special moment here on the front stretch that we want to draw your attention to. And a shout to all the veterans and those who have protected and continue to protect our country and will protect our country in the future. How about a round of applause for all of our service men and women? The gentleman next to me served in the United States Marine Corps, and thanks to Fubar Studios, we have Stephen Wilson here to turn these drivers loose. Are we ready? On the count of 3, you guys help them out, all right? 1, 2, 3. Start your engine.
And then someone within the top 10, second to 10th, will receive the $100 bonus. But these laps, there is money tied to all of these laps. Lap number 1, $100 in memory of Norm Wren III. Ryan Lavasser, HVAC LLC. In loving memory of Angela Elliott from Kimball Racing. So Matt Kimball will be racing with a heavy heart on lap number 3. Set to turn them loose this time off of turn number 4. Spinning the tires and coming up through the gears, Anthony Nocella takes the green. Get ready to feel the thunder of lap number 1, and Anthony Nocella will peel it off as we're under caution. Donnie Lashua involved. Jeffrey Battle involved in car number 19. To a green flag here before too long. Next time by, we'll go green. Again, a complete restart with Anthony Nocella, Matt Swanson, Woody Pitkat, Kirk Alexander. They are your top 4. Anthony Bello goes off next. Those are your top 5 competitors. Milton Cat Modified Racing Series for the SBM 100 off of turn number 4. Green flag is in the air. We're racing. Feel the roar down the front straightaway. Woody Pitkat wants to go to the front and get there in a hurry. 88 is stalking the back bumper of the 92. Contact is made between the top 2. He's still right there. Pitkat refuses to budge from the inside, and they line it up side by side in turn number 4. Here comes Woody Pitkat. Anthony Nocella falls back to spot number 2. Up into 3rd, it's Anthony Bello. Bello having a whale of a run early on. Another driver having a good run is car number 55X. Robert Blankson continues to have a good afternoon. I got it. Robert blocks into 3rd. Right in front of Matt Swanson is now their single file, except for Kirk Alexander. Alexander swung wide. Looks like he's fast. He wants to get around Matt Swanson. Nothing happening there right now. And they all start to sandwich in behind Blackson as they work their way off of turn number 4. Blackson's in trouble. The red number 55X out of power. Matt Kimball has to scramble to get around as Mike Collins goes down to the inside. 55X, does he make it back to the pit area? Without power, barely making it there. Looks like we will stay green. 9 laps into this one, it's Woody Pitkat continuing to pick up the laps. Woody's Auto of Pelham, New Hampshire, the lap sponsor on that one, but no relation to Woody, not that Woody. Trouble, turn number 4, 1 driver's around. Believe that's Richard Savory in car number 99. Richard Savory, the most recent winner of the Milton Cat Modified Racing Series, has DJ had an opportunity to race modified a couple of other times, but things fell through last minute. This is actually his first time, and you know, for people who still think DJ Shaw is a relative newcomer to the sport, if you've been watching racing and you remember his father Dale being the young guy, DJ now has 15 or 16 years of racing under his belt. So, turning into a grizzled veteran in his own right. Savory's back on the racetrack. We're ready to go green and back underway. Anthony Nocella tries the outside, but here comes Anthony Bello. Battle of the Tonys off of turn number 4. Pickett off and running, opens up a 2-car length advantage. Here comes Bello down to the inside with Kirk Alexander in tow. Alexander said he had a rocket this afternoon. Very pleased with his race car and biding his time. If anybody knows to hang on, it's going to be Kirk Alexander. Further on back, Rusty Poland. Keep an eye on the number 44. His third race of the weekend. He has a mirror full of Todd Patnode. Last night he didn't have a mirror, running in the super modified ranks. Patnode, the 2018 champion's got Matt Kimball right behind him. Rusty Poland cannot get shoveled out. If he gets shoveled to the outside, he's going to lose a lot of ground in a hurry, much like Matt Swanson has. Swanson, who started on the outside of the front row, is now outside of the top 10. Your point leader in major issues, or having major issues this afternoon. Matt Swanson is going to be drop kicked outside of the top 10 and then some. The Gary Casella, number 25, right in front of Kevin Iannarelli. As I mentioned earlier, this is a point race for the Modified Racing Series. And your trending point leader is now Kirk Alexander. By running in position number 4, Kirk Alexander has taken over the point lead. This is not the championship race for this division, though. But just to give you a little perspective on how tight the points are between the top 3, Matt Swanson is now number 3 in the point standings. Woody Pickett all alone out in front. Meanwhile, Anthony has a great run. That's Anthony Bello riding in second. Nocella rides in third. Alexander in fourth. Further on back, some great racing action. Wild scramble. Swanson just looking for the inside groove. Donnie Lashua. Lashua tries the inside. The Jack Bateman number 17, and here comes Richard Savory in the number 99. This is something that you do not see very often. Not only Matt Swanson having problems, but Gary Castella's number 25. Think of all the drivers who have piloted that storied race car, and each one of them been able to find victory lane, including Swanson, most recently at Wiscasset Speedway on June the 8th. But something amiss. He desperately needs a caution, and for those that aren't aware, this is a no tire change event. If you come in to the pits and you want to change a tire, your tire needs to be flat, and there is an inspector that will say you can or cannot change that tire. And it's interesting, one of the people who is very, very keen on that and asking all the questions is Matt's father, John. Wants to know the line of like, okay, because tires are at such a premium with this division. that if one driver comes in with a half flat and says, oh, I have a flat tire, I need to change it, and they get a fresh tire, it makes such a difference. It could be the difference between finishing in the top 10 and finishing in the top 3. So officials are keenly aware of that. Whatever it is, Swanson's going to need it. So far, no caution flag in this after this long green flag run, 29 laps down, and Woody Pickett is just cleaning house. He has picked up a number, he has picked up thousands of dollars, or actually close to $1,000 of lap money thus far. And of course, we're looking ahead to lap number 50. Lap number 50 is the $300 bonus, $200 to the winner, and $100 to someone for positions 2nd through 10th. Further on up in the pack, keep an eye on Mike Collins. Collins to the inside of Rusty Poland. They're side by side down the front stretch. Collins in car number 02, trying to capitalize. Meanwhile, Anthony Nocella goes down to the inside. Nocella in car number 92. Collins might have burned up his stuff early because he loses not 1, but 2 spots. Kirk Alexander gets around. Todd Patnode coming to the party. Patnode in car number 24 begins to roll, and he brings Matthew Kibble and Joey Jarvis with him. Field starting to really click off some laps. 35 up on the scoreboard is Woody Pickett, who came into this year without a permanent home, running the NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour with his good buddy Stan Mertz. Of course, they have teamed up for a tri-track championship a number of years ago and have had a lot of success with individual races and, again, as I mentioned, the championship. But things have not gone as well as either one of them had hoped. Pickett's had some strong runs for that race car, but it just takes so much to run the Whelen Modified Tour. Not everybody can do it. And Stan Mertz has learned that in a hurry. This is his final year as a car owner, and he wanted to have 1 year on that particular tour. With Pickett as his driver. Trouble. Andrew Martell with problems in car number 18, and this brings out the yellow. Your leader will be Woody Pickett. All eyes on Matt Swanson, your current point leader. He came into this afternoon as the point leader. In the last 33 laps, he has lost the point lead. Over $1,000 in lap money. Anthony Nocella on this double file restart will go to the outside. Alexander from the preferred inside line will start in 3rd. And look who has moved into 4th. Car number 24 for Todd Patnode and Matt Kimball. That's your top 5. Here we go. Green flag is out. Woody Pickett off of turn number 2. Turn number 3, Nocella cannot protect the inside line. Kirk Alexander tries to take advantage. Is it too early to go this hard? Todd Patnode says absolutely not. Patnode on the outside takes spot number 3. They are mere centimeters apart. Wheel to wheel, turn number 3. Patnode pushes up but slides back a little bit. Matt Kimball just waiting to see what's going to happen. Patnode trying to come down right in front of Kimball. Not going to fight Kirk Alexander for 3rd anymore. Tries to find 4th. He'll get there. 3 laps on the outside was enough for Todd Patnode to cool the tires and now take another stab at Kirk Alexander. Meanwhile, how is Matt Swanson faring? Swanson in the car, number 25. Still having an off afternoon riding behind Rusty Poland in car number 44. This is something we're not accustomed to seeing from Matt Swanson. But he's right in front of Bello, too. Anthony Bello had a very strong early run up inside the top 3. But he's faded a bit, and after a pit stop to correct, or at least attempt to correct, what might have been going wrong with that car, he's running comparable lap times to the leader, but just can't seem to really get anywhere. DJ Shaw at number 66 in his first modified racing series start. Tries the inside of Ryan Doucette, good side-by-side racing. Further on up in the back, a driver who is in line for a $200 bonus thus far for improving his starting position the most. That's Mike Collins in number 02. Coming up on halfway. Next time by, halfway down. The Rockingham Boat halfway bonus. $200 to Woody Pitcat. $100 to someone between 2nd and 10th. Pitcat trying to walk away with thousands of dollars today in lap money. But will he lead on the most important lap? We're 49 seconds from finding out. Kirk Alexander rides in spot number 3. Todd Patnode and Matt Kimball have now broken away from 6th place. Joey Jarvis and now the top 5 run single file off of turn number 4. Further on back, Kevin Iannarelli goes to the inside of Matt Swanson. And Swanson's drop kicked a number of spots. Now DJ Shaw on the inside. George Hellowell in the number 71 in a car. They won a track championship here with Josh Cantera. Brad Babb has also won races in that car. But showing a little damage on the left rear. Swanson having the most frustrating day of 2023, and DJ Shaw not letting him chill out at all. Still making him run the second group as they go, they'll split, they'll try to split Kurt Vengeant. Vengeant on Paw Patrol, right in front of Swanson. Shaw gets around, and Matt's now in group number 2 trying to get around the lap number 7, or around number 7, he'll do so. Woody Pitcat up in front. Pitcat loves Star Speedway. Former winner of the SBM race. Woody Pitcat in car number 88 has led this one since about lap number 3. The only other driver who has led laps in this race was Anthony Nocella. Kirk Alexander having a great points afternoon, and I think he knows it. Because he can look out his windshield, or maybe look to the left when going into turn number 1 and see a red number 25 and know that it is not ahead of him on the racetrack. He is 3/4 of a lap ahead of the driver, the only driver that he's chasing in this series. And now your trending point leader is Kirk Alexander with 39 laps to go. 25 right in front of DJ Shaw. What a frustrating afternoon for Matt Swanson. Pitcat of the 88. As I mentioned, racing really without a permanent home. He has a number of different cars that he pilots. This one ultra fast, whether he's running the tri-track or he's running the Modified Racing Series or the Whelen Modified Tour. When you see him on the Whelen Modified Tour, he has Stan Mertz's number 6. And they've struggled to be inside the top 10. They have a couple of good top 15 runs, but has yet to really have that breakout performance of the year. And I can tell by talking to him this afternoon that was starting to wear on him a little bit, just a little frustrated, as you know, someone who is accustomed to the level of performance that both he and his team owner in the Whelen Modified Tour. A bit of caution flag is out. One driver, Kurt Vengeant, hard. Actually, I don't know if he's hard into the wall, but he's certainly up in that area, right by the restart zone, and it's a bit of a reset for the Milton Cat Modified Racing Series on lap number 65. Riding inside the top 5, and what a story it would be for Matt Kimball to break through to victory lane. He's got a long way to go to get there, though, and some tough customers to pass. Very stout top 5 with Woody Pitcat ahead of him, Anthony Nocella, Kirk Alexander, and Todd Patnode. Then there's Joey Jarvis, who's having one of the best second halves of the 2023 season. They've really lit a fire under that driver, and he's going to restart in 6th. Looking for a green flag, 35 laps to go. Here we go off of turn number 4. It's a sprint to the finish. Woody Pitcat gets the big jump and leads by a whole car length into turn number 3. These drivers are inches apart as they peel their way up a turn number 4. Car 43, Matt Kimball there. And now Brian Roby has entered the chat. He's now inside the top 5, goes low on Patnode. Talk about a driver who has conserved his stuff for the first 70 laps of this event. And now Brian Roby inside the top 5. Race is coming to him. Lap number 69 on the board this time. And your leader is Woody Pitcat on lap 69. Rockingham Boat of Hampstead, New Hampshire, sponsoring lap number 70. Big thank you to the Zeiss family. Kirk Alexander rides in 3rd. Matt Kimball has come alive. Kimball is staying right with Alexander now. And it's that fine line in the race. Where is it time to empty the tank? Even though this is a 100-lap race and you cannot afford to fall off all that much. Boy, oh boy. It is getting down to tank emptying time. Now Richard Savory going low on Joey Jarvis. This is a battle for 6th spot in turn number 2. The blue 04 and the white number 99. Savory tries the inside. Joey Jarvis washes up the racetrack just a little bit. And now Savory goes after him in turn number 1. Jarvis gives him the racing room. And they're going to be side by side out the corner. Joey Jarvis now in danger, and look who's on the comeback trail. Matt Swanson in car number 25. Matt Swanson has climbed his way inside the top 10. What a comeback it has been. Swanson, who was nearly down 1 lap and multiple visits to pit road, inside the top 10. This could be the race that makes the big difference in his 2023 campaign. It isn't the race that you win, but it's the race that you save. And most certainly Matt Swanson and the Gary Casella number 25 team have saved this race. They have managed it to the best of their ability. And now they have taken their star driver and given him a race car that will ride up inside the top 10. Woody Pitcat continues to pull away from this field, up by about 5 car lengths over Anthony Nocella. I think before this is all said and done, Matt Kimball will have something for Kirk Alexander, and Alexander's going to have something for the 92 of Anthony Nocella. He looks to the inside. Here comes Kirk Alexander. They will nearly bump wheels through turns number 1 and 2. The most patient driver in the pits this afternoon saw his shot. He took it. Last night it was with a bow and arrow. This afternoon it's with a steering wheel, and Kirk Alexander has moved to spot number 2. 18 laps to go when they hit the start-finish line. 17 now for Woody Pitcat, and Captain Kirk is on the charge. Here comes Kirk Alexander. Kirk Alexander is the fastest race car on the track, and he is beginning to narrow down the gap between himself and Woody Pitcat. but will he burn his car up trying to get there? He doesn't have a lot of time to do it. 15 laps to go. Has to make up 5 car lengths. The added ripple. Will the leaders wind up in lap traffic? Woody Pitkat has a brand new race to manage. Run fast, hold off Alexander, but don't run so fast that you catch the lap traffic, and it looks like they're going to do that. They will certainly do that in their double file. Kevin Iannarelli and Rusty Poland are 2x2. 71 in the back as well. And Iannarelli and Rusty Poland are not getting along. 2 lap cars have rubbed each other 5 times in the last 3 laps. And they just might factor into the outcome of the SBM 100 this afternoon. This time by 10 laps to go. Double 5s in the air. And Woody Pitkat in heavy, heavy lap traffic. Here comes Kirk Alexander. Ladies and gentlemen, we have ourselves a brand new race. Here comes Alexander right to the back bumper. Alexander not only trying to take down the point lead. Woody Pitkat has led. He's right there. Alexander to the high side. He was the winner at Riverside Speedway 2 races ago. And car number 76, the leaders right behind Rusty Poland. Poland's arms. He has run 3 races. He has to be definitely feeling fatigue. He goes to the outside. Lets the leaders settle it out amongst themselves. And for now, Woody Pitkat gets a little bit of breathing room, but Kirk Alexander right there. Will he lay the bumper to the outlier? Kirk Alexander down the back straightaway, closing in. This time by 5 laps to go. This race could be over in 1 minute. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what you paid your admission for this afternoon. The headliner, the SBM 100, will go down to the final corner between the top 2 drivers. Anthony Nocella is a distant third, but your 2 leaders coming up on Kevin Iannarelli. Woody Pitkat by a car length. Kirk Alexander's right there. Here we go off of turn number 4. Alexander studying low. 2 laps to go when they hit the start-finish line this time. This race could be over in a half a minute. Alexander down to the inside. It is now or never time. Woody Pitkat has led 96 laps of this race. Will he lead the final one? Into turn number 3. Alexander's right there. Woody Pitkat. White flag out, 1 to go. Final 12 seconds of the afternoon for the Milton Cat Modified Racing Series. Alexander looks high. This is for the win. Off of turn number 4, Woody Pitkat will do it. Car number 76 finishes in second. Good heads-up Sunday afternoon racing. Anthony Nocella rounds out your top 3. We'll be down to meet the winners in just a moment.